2NURFM News for our sponsor, Cartier Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Georgia Lupton with 2NURFM Hunter News. 3 trail bike riders missing in bushland near Stroud since yesterday have been found safe and well. Gilliston Heights, Tyne Byrne and workmates Stephen Boyton and Dusty Yerk were found just before midday on Saggers Hill by a volunteer. They used their motorcycle headlights to try signalling a passing helicopter around 4 a.m, but amid thick rain failed to catch their attention. The men decided to camp overnight as fuel supplies were low. A man will face court today after allegedly approaching 2 women at Fassifern railway station last week. The man allegedly made indecent comments to a 37-year-old woman waiting on the platform. He then allegedly approached a 14-year-old girl and spoke to her. Sonia Roberts from police headquarters says the man was arrested after complaints from the 2 women.
Police were contacted and the man was arrested a short time later by the Police Transport Command at Morisset Railway Station. He will appear at Wyong Local Court today after being refused bail.
There is a call for an emergency precinct plan after yesterday's fire at Kooragang Island. Firefighters from 10 different stations attended, including a specialist foam appliance from Sydney. Residents are concerned they were left in the dark as firefighters were evacuated from the blaze. John Hayes from the Mayfield Residents Group says they've been waiting 4 years for an emergency plan.
There were several major incidents on Kooragang Island in 2011 with Orica and chemical problems, and it's now 4.5 years later and there's still no emergency evacuation plan or emergency warning plan for Stockton, for Mayfield, Tighes Hill, Carrington.
A Kurri man has been charged after he allegedly killed a small dog by kicking it in the head. The 22-year-old was alleged to have injured the dog at a house in Cornish Street, Cessnock, around 9 p.m. on Friday. He has been charged with committing an act of cruelty upon an animal and will appear in Cessnock Local Court on September 9. Rainfalls across the Hunter region have been welcomed, particularly by Upper Hunter farmers. Stocks and crops have been benefited from the downpour, with Marywell receiving 26 millimetres of rain, while Scone received 48 millimetres and Singleton received 30. Marywell farmer Ron Campbell says the weather has treated Upper Hunter farmers well this season.
It's been very good in here. We've had feed for our stock and also our crops are looking well. That means our canola crops. It's a beautiful yellow colour at the present time, and also our wheat and our barley as well as our oats. So we've been pretty well looked after. It's been a good season.
The uncertain future of East Maitland's Bearded Cactus Cafe is set to be a point of discussion at Maitland City Council meeting. The roadside cafe, located on the New England Highway, has been the reason behind numerous complaints to the council from nearby residents, police and the Roads and Maritime Service. The business was exempt from council approval upon establishment in January this year, as it was considered to be of minimal environmental impact. Council are set to recommend the start of compliance procedures for the cafe. The Young People's Forum is underway today to give the youth of Newcastle a say in the CBD. The consultation, organised by Urban Growth New South Wales, is the final step in formulating a transformation plan for the city centre. 70 young people aged between 12 and 25 have registered for the event. The participants will hear urban design and renewal experts share views on how to improve the city. In finance, the All Odds is down 180 points at 50.44, and $1 Australian dollar is buying 72.27 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club Fishing Expo, September 13.
The Knights will look to build on last week's win when they take on Melbourne tonight at Amy Park. Knights centre Dane Gagai says the lift from the win has helped in the team's preparation for the clash, which sees the Knights fighting to stay out of last place.
Preparation's been good this week. Everyone's enthusiastic at training and there's a bit more energy, especially coming off the back of that win, but we know we're going to have to go a step further now playing against the Storm at home.
The NPL semi-finals are hanging in the balance after a tight first leg over the weekend. Hamilton took out the first leg at 2-1 at home over Lambton, while Edgeworth picked up a 3-3 draw at Broadmeadow. And the Newcastle North Stars have cruised into the Australian Ice Hockey League playoffs in incredible fashion, putting 14 goals past the Sydney Ice Dogs on Saturday. The shutout victory also included a milestone for Canadian import Geordie Woodrick, who set a new record for most goals and most points in an Australian Ice Hockey League season, with 44 goals and 91 points for the North Stars in 2015. That's Sport. I'm Annabelle Regan.
To NURFN News Time is 2:05.